Couple expecting a baby is forced to make a drastic decision about their dog. Whenever expecting parents bring a new baby home, it's usually a joyous occasion for all involved. After all, what can be better than a bouncing bundle of joy? Still, other kids in the family might have a hard time adjusting, especially since they're no longer the ones who get all the attention. That's true for our furry friends too. When one Scottish couple learned that they would be welcoming a new addition, they began to prepare, and their dog noticed that the spotlight was definitely no longer on her. The pooch became so forlorn that the couple knew they had to do something, and their solution was brilliant. Molly, the West Highland White Terrier, was the apple of her owner's eyes, until they found out they were expecting a baby. As her humans, Michael and Emma McGowan of Glasgow, Scotland, started to prepare for the new arrival, they noticed that Molly seemed to be feeling a little left out. Molly just didn't seem like her old energetic and cheerful self. Her owners realized that they had to do something to let their pup know just how special she still was to them. But what? As they began to prepare their home for the baby, they came up with a great idea. They'd already decided it was time to update their kitchen and alarm system, so why not also use this project to create something special just for Molly? It was an inspired idea, but would it pay off? There was a crawl space behind the stairs that would be perfect for their project. Michael cut a small entryway in the wall just big enough for Molly. Then he crawled inside to see what exactly he was working with. Needless to say, he was impressed with the amount of room. He wasn't the only one who was impressed either. Molly was already intrigued by this new space. She had no idea that it was just the very beginning of what her owners had planned for their favorite pup. With Molly's approval, it was time to get to work. The project was a bit more complicated than Michael originally thought. For instance, he had to make sure he didn't remove the joists keeping the stairway intact, or else the whole thing would collapse. Once the tricky work was done, it was time to cover the empty space in plasterboard. Starting to look like a room, Michael noted. It's amazing how much this one step made all the difference when it came to turning a hole in the wall into something more. The room still had a long way to go before it would be ready for Molly, but that didn't stop her from swinging by for a visit every now and again. She was getting so excited and she didn't even know what was in store for her yet. If you're making a room for a dog to call her own, then you ought to decorate it accordingly. Check out this adorable wallpaper that Michael found, which he said gives an idea of what's to come next. Talk about doggone perfection. This view of the room from the inside shows the way Michael used exposed brick to create a lovely textured surface. Just because it was designed for a dog doesn't mean it had to look like the inside of a traditional doghouse. Lighting is important in every single space for your home. For Molly's private room, Michael decided to install some color-changing mood lighting. It was clear that Molly was a fan. Michael then finished the extended baseboards outside of Molly's room. He painted them a rich gray shade that stood in wonderful contrast to the colors of the lights inside of the room. Next, it was time for Michael to install the flooring in the little room. Hardwood was obviously preferable. Not only would it match the rest of the home, but it'd be easier to clean too. Molly didn't seem to care much so long as she had enough room for her favorite ball. With most of the main work finished, Michael set to work decking out Molly's private pad in style. He hung up some of her favorite photographs and gave her a plush new bed. How cozy does that corner look? Although the room featured mood lighting, Michael also installed a soft white globe lamp in addition to a novelty lettered light bulb that made it clear this was Molly's place. She even got a side table. While a room was being built, Molly took up residence on the McGowan's living room couch. This gave Michael an idea. Why not give her one for her room? Stocked with her favorite toys, Molly's room was finally complete. While Molly seemed to love every part of her new digs, she was particularly fond of this corner designed for snoozing. It was a good thing she had such perfect light for nap time. Sweet dreams, Molly. Michael even added brackets outside Molly's entrance to hang her leash and harness, and he topped it all off with a sign so that visitors would know just whose domain they were entering. Molly couldn't get enough of her new room. She had pictures of her friends, a basket of toys, a new couch, a fluffy rug, and a super cozy corner where she could nap. Her owners truly let her know just how much they loved her. Even better, once baby Caitlin was finally born, Molly not only had a little sister to play with, she had a brand new best friend whom she could invite over to her cool hangout spot. What a wonderful idea! If you have a dog at home and the resources for a little bit of renovating, you might want to give this DIY project a try.